All right, there is a pause. Are you babysitting?
I have nieces and nephews and I've never done anything to them.
No, you're not allowed to babysit. And let me just explain to you why I'm saying that. Because your patience with your pet, you lost it. And at this point in time, you cannot babysit children at all. You understand?
Whew, that's a harsh restriction right out the gate. The judge isn't just talking about animals here. She's drawing a line about responsibility and self-control. Notice how she connects losing patience with a pet to being unfit for childcare. That's a serious insight into how the court reads behavior as character evidence. What do you think? Fair call or too far?
Is that just during probation?
Yeah, I mean, I can only order what I can order and no gum chewing. I can only order what I can order. Is your name Miller Havana?
Yes.
Okay. All right, you entered a plea in this case, and the court has previously stated on the record what the plea bargain agreement consisted of. Where we left off, the court asked if all parties had a chance to review the PSI report. And defense, have you had a chance to review the PSI report?
I have.
State,
Yes, Your Honor.
any corrections to the PSI report?
I have no corrections to the PSI report. I do need to follow up on one thing after the statement.
All right, any corrections to the PSI report? All right, any witnesses from either side?
Yes, Your Honor, state has 3 witnesses.
All right,
So first state calls Katerine Miller. Ms. Miller, how are you presently employed?
I am currently employed by the City of Converse Animal Care.
What is or do you have any training and experience relating to animal cruelty?
Yes, I am a nationally certified animal cruelty investigator through the University of Missouri. I've worked in animal care and control and specifically as an animal cruelty investigator for 11 years.
Do you have any continuing education in this area as well?
I have continuing education for the Texas Department of State Health Services as an animal control officer.
Do you have any training and experience relating to the discipline of animals?
Yes, as far as what could be acceptable or determined to be cruel treatment.
Are there preferred? I don't know. So with discipline, right, you said that there was acceptable. What is it? What does acceptable discipline mean?
Corrections that would not cause any physical harm to an animal.
So what would be an example of unacceptable discipline?
Excessively hitting your dog or cat or animal to punish it.
Generally speaking, in your training and experience, do discipline methods depend on the age of an animal? Or may they?
Potentially, younger animals that are in development are more susceptible to injury or so having even accidentally hit an animal could cause an injury for puppies or kittens, for example.
And then do methods of discipline depend on the size of the animal?
Not necessarily.
Officer Miller, how did you get involved in this case?
At the time of the incident, which was in January 17th, 2025, I was employed by the City of San Antonio's Animal Care Services as an animal cruelty investigator. I was working on a scheduled day of work when I received an email sent to the Cruelty Investigations Department containing a video which was linked to a report that was made through the city call center or 311.
Did you watch that video?
I did watch that video.
What did you observe in that video?
I observed a 45-second clip of a young adult female African-American woman on a balcony of a higher story multi-unit structure hitting a small breed or small breed size or sized dog multiple times with an object that appeared to be leash-like. In the video, the woman is seen striking at the dog 17 times, 15 of which while she was holding the canine, 2 of which were at the end whenever the canine had been released.
You said she was holding the canine. Could you tell where she was holding the canine?
It appeared in one part of the video to be by the canine's head or muzzle, which would you call the snout, as well as forelimbs. It was kind of hard to see exactly because there was a pop-up crate or carrier that obstructed some of the view.
Did you ever come into contact with this animal?
I did that evening, yes, ma'am.
Why did you come into contact with that animal?
So after I observed the video and I determined in my professional opinion as it being excessive and to be found to be animal cruelty, which is causing unjustifiable pain and suffering to a non-domestic animal, I went and obtained a warrant to remove the animal from the owners or the suspect's custody.
So you removed from her custody and you came into contact with the animal. Can you please describe the size of the animal?
The size of the animal was very small. It was under 3 pounds at the time of the incident because we took it in for an examination at night. But it was very small, easily to be picked up.
Do you know the age of the animal?
I believe he was a 3-month-old miniature or toy poodle.
Generally, in your training and experience, are there behavioral manifestations exhibited by an animal when they're experiencing pain?
I'm sorry, could you ask the question again?
Of course. So in your training and experience, do animals manifest when they are experiencing pain?
Yes, they can.
How can they do that?
They can do it by crying out, limping, acting abnormally for that specific animal. But at the same time, they often mask pain as well. So you may not know that an animal is exhibiting pain all the time.
In the video that you observed, did you see any of these manifestations?
Yes, there were times in the video, for example, you could hear the puppy whimper and the woman in the video.
That's the moment the courtroom chills. The investigator's expert opinion locks in intent and cruelty, 2 elements that could solidify a conviction under animal torture statutes. And think about it, 17 strikes in under a minute. Imagine the emotional weight of watching that video as a juror. Would you see it as anger or outright abuse?
Tell the dog to shut up, and then at the end, whenever they went to strike at the dog while it was loose, the dog screamed out as if it was in pain and fear.
So based on your investigation, did you develop an opinion as to whether the puppy in this case was tortured?
Yes, I did.
What is that opinion?
My opinion is that it was tortured. The individual was seen striking at the dog with a good amount of force, and in a 45-second time frame, 17 times. It was definitely excessive and appeared to be cruel.
I pass the witness.
All right, defense.
Yes, okay, Ms. Miller, or is it Ms. Miller?
Yes.
And you stated that the discipline methods don't depend on size, correct?
I mean, not necessarily. I would say that that type of discipline against a larger dog would be unacceptable as well.
Okay, and so you would agree with me that you have knowledge of the law, right, in this particular statute, and that she has been charged with torturing non-livestock.
Correct.
Okay, but you also deal with livestock cases as well.
I've worked with livestock, wildlife, exotics. Yes, ma'am.
In livestock, the definition, the torture definition under livestock and non-livestock is the exact same. You can't, the definition is to not cause unjustifiable pain or suffering, correct?
Correct, but there are different acceptable means for livestock and domestic animals. Unfortunately, domestic animals are protected more.
Well, so the statute itself does not distinguish in regards to torture between livestock.
And there it is, the judge laying down the law literally. This is a textbook moment in courtroom dynamics. Attorneys start stretching arguments into philosophy, and the judge yanks everyone back to legal reality. It's not about what should be fair. It's about what the law says right now. That's a powerful reminder of how justice and morality don't always line up perfectly.
And non-livestock, the definition of torture is causing an animal unjustifiable
Okay.
pain.
Your Honor, I would object
suffering.
because that's not the verbatim statement of the law
That-
that she.
All right, so here's what I want to tell everybody. You all have entered into a plea bargain agreement. If questions are being asked to try this case, then you all should not have entered into a plea bargain agreement. And what I'm saying goes for both the state and the defense. Then you all shouldn't have entered into a plea bargain agreement. You all should have went to jury trial. If there is a foundation that somebody's trying to lay that this law may or may not be unconstitutional, that's not what the trial court hears. I don't hear whether a law is unconstitutional or not. You need to take that up to the appellate section and how the laws are written. My only job is to follow the law as written. And I want to remind both parties, I read the stipulations because I read the stipulations when y'all entered into the plea bargain agreement. I've seen the video. I've seen the video because y'all included in the stipulations. So I want everybody to understand, I remember what's in the stipulation. I remember what's in the video. So with that being said, go forth with your questions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes.
So my point is though, that the definition is not different, correct? For livestock versus non-livestock.
They're just under different statutes, so I'm not sure what.
Okay, and so it's the same. So you would agree with me that there is, in your profession, you use this kind of personal decision on what is justifiable and unjustifiable, correct?
I do not, I use my expert opinion, not my personal. I don't include any of my bias. I looked at everything at an objective standpoint.
Okay, and you suggest that striking an animal 15 times, 15 to 17 times, potentially, is torture, correct?
With force, yes.
Okay, and this was a flaccid leash that you observed, correct?
It's a leash-like item, yes.
Okay, and so you would agree with me that you don't go down to the racetrack and arrest people when they beat those horses in the races with a hard crop.
So what is
15
acceptable
times.
for horses and horse racing is not the same as what's acceptable for domesticated animals.
Okay, but that is not in the law, correct? The law doesn't say it's different, justifiable for a livestock as it is, there's a different definition. There's no different definition for torture.
I'm not sure how trying to justify that for this case or what the point is.
The point is that our society routinely,
All right, so let me stop everybody there. There needs to be question and answer. So if you can answer the question, please answer the question. If you cannot answer the question, then you cannot answer the question.
I'll ask the question, sorry.
No problem.
You agree with me though, that you don't arrest people at the racetrack when they are beating their horses with a hard crop, correct?
If there's no evidence that cruelty existed, no.
And have you ever arrested any of them? Have you ever seen a case where they've been arrested and charged with torture?
No, ma'am.
Now, let's talk about, you say that this was, you wrote a report and you did, your report contains that there was no bodily injury found to the animal, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and that just in case the animal was feeling pain, that they administered some, I guess it would be like Tylenol type substance to the dog.
It was chlorpropane, as Tylenol is toxic to dogs.
I apologize. It would have been some type of pain medication, despite the fact that you even indicated in your report, it was unclear whether the dog was in pain or not.
That's correct.
So, you would agree with me that when you show up to get the dog, from the residence of Miss Miller, that, the dog is, in a very nice little crate. Correct? It's the pop-up crate?
It was contained in the restroom, not inside of the crate.
Okay, but, clean area?
The area was clean. Yes,
Okay, pee pad was there?
Yes.
Toys?
I believe so. I can't recall.
And the dog's active and when you walk in?
Yes, correct.
And you would agree with me that in your report, and nor on the video camera, does it note any kind of concern with how the animal's walking?
I did not observe any abnormalities, no.
Okay, and the animal was happy to see you,
Yes.
allowed you to pick it up.
Yes, ma'am.
You didn't indicate in your report that the animal was running from you or afraid of you?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, in regards to your report, you also put that it may have been struck. You could not tell if the dog was actually struck.
I could tell it was struck. I could not tell if it was struck every time that she struck at it.
Okay, so, there was on the 15 times that you claimed that she was holding the puppy or dog, that it was, the view was obstructed, correct?
Some of it was, yes.
Okay, and during those 15 times, you couldn't tell if it actually ever made contact with the dog.
There are times that where you could see the leash-like item, you could see it strike in the area where the dog was at, and you could hear it make physical contact with something. So, believe it.
You believed it, but you don't know because you couldn't see it in the video. You're just jumping to that conclusion.
Not necessarily, no.
Well, you can't tell if it hit you would agree that the crate, there was a crate, there's a pop-up crate that was, that houses, it's like a kennel that was blocking the view of the dog.
In some of it, yes.
Okay, in the 15 times that you broke it up into 15 versus two additional times for a total of 17, right?
I can't say that it was fully obstructed for all 15.
I passed the witness.
Any further questions?
Not for this witness, Judge.